Okay guys, welcome, namaste. Nice to have you here, and we're going to go gentle today. Make sure you have a few blankets. I would say 3 if you have 3 at home. So 3 blankets. Here I'm sitting on one. If you have one bolster, if you have 2 bolsters, take 2 bolsters. If you have one, at least take it, or grab cushions that you have. 2 bolsters, 3 blankets, a block and a strap. That would be nice. 2 bolsters, 2 blocks, a strap, and 3 blankets would be nice. Okay, just grab everything you have and bring it in. Okay, so maybe you saw the class we just did a moment ago where we talked about renewing, like the renewal, like a new beginning just around the corner. That is always is in yoga. And just before, in this more dynamic class, we worked with uplifting, so lifting the energy really from the ground up. And yes, you are right, you came to a gentle class, so we're not going to actively bring the energy up this way, but actually we're going to explore another way to feel a renewal is to relax. Phrase pretty well known in restorative yoga, relax and renew. So we're going to tune into the ability actually to relax, to release in order to renew, which is in a way, things happen by themselves, a lot of them. This is a thing we cannot control. So spring, season, rain, these kind of natural events. So really allowing actually sometimes often really brings the beginning of a new cycle and a renewing energy. So let's tap into that today. When you really sit comfortably, if you're not already, and close your eyes, just take a moment to tune into your breath and guide your breath toward your sit bones as you inhale. Exhale, let the crown expand up. Inhale toward the ground softly, toward the lower abdomen. And exhale, expand up. And then continue inhaling toward the sit bones. Exhaling up towards the crown. Take a moment here to let yourself settle in this moment. Notice your presence, the presence behind this moment. Bring your palms together. And invite you to take a moment here to tune into maybe a feeling or a thought, something you've clinged onto, something you're hung onto, and something you're ready to release right now. So when we release something, we make space for something new. Maybe it's a sense of feeling uncertain or obsessed somehow with one particular thought or worry that you basically cannot do anything about right now. Offer that to the infinite space. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, bow your head to your own heart. Inhale and open your eyes. Great. Okay, let's start on our back. And before you come lay down, take the strap with you. Okay, a belt. If you don't have a belt, just something long like a scarf could work also. And then in back to just a Savasana on your back to begin with. And take a few deep breaths and notice the softness. The softness between the core of your body and the earth, the softness of your envelope, your skin, the tenderness of your muscles, and softly, good. Bend your right knee and place your right foot into the belt and stretch your right foot up. So reach, begin to inhale here and gently maybe spread your toes and reach energetically out into the foot. Reach your right sit bone down, extend through the spine. Breathe here and try really to respect that length on the right side and to, as you exhale, to send the top of the right thigh back into the back side of the right thigh. To maybe release any tension there in the back of the right thigh. And place your right elbow toward the right side as you grab the whole belt with your right hand and descend your right foot to the right. Spread your toes and reach down through the left heel and still the top of the right thigh back into the space behind the right thigh. Maybe stretch your left hand up alongside your left ear. Inhale. Exhale. And keep reaching out here. What are you ready to release here? Let your exhales be long and deep, like just a sign of your willingness to release. One more. Inhale. Hands grab the belt, foot to the sky. Inhale and exhale, switch hands. So now the right foot goes all over to the left. Right hand to the side. So you're twisting, spread your toes still, you engage your legs and then reach the right foot back into the belt. So your right hip goes a bit away from your right ribs and lengthen your right hip away from your right ribs here. Inhale long towards your lower abdomen and exhale. Imagine you can lengthen the spine and the center of your body all the way through your left heel. Exhale, keep extending and let yourself really be with that space. Kind of you release into the space you can create here. You don't have to work to feel better, really. You have to, somehow we have to release and accept the space and then feel renewed from that. Inhale, right foot up. Okay, and just move the belt, stretch your right leg and rest here for a moment in Savasana again. Notice the right leg in comparison to the left leg and how the right leg maybe feels renewed or a bit more rejuvenated, restored. And then bend your left knee, place your foot in the bell, reach your left foot up. Inhale, reach your left heel up, press into your right heel. Inhale and exhale, reach through your crown. Reach your left sit bone. And gradually walk, descend your left foot to the left. Maybe your right arm to the side. Left from the hip reach through your heels, from the pelvis reach through your right fingers. Keep anchoring your right sit bone so you don't fly away from the ground. Top of the left thigh goes into the back. So you're still reaching out. And inhale, left foot up, switch sides, and descend all the way to the side. So you can twist here to that side. Left arm to the side and breathe here. Maybe your left side is a bit tighter. Mine often is. Left hip away from the left ribs. And we're not really kind of completely giving up here. You know, engaging the muscles and stretching them when they're engaged does relax actually our nervous system. Paradoxically, so let yourself be a bit engaged here and keep stretching from that place. Conscious, intentional, mindful breath. One more deep breath. And exhale. Good. Inhale, left foot up, bend your knee and simply move your belt to the side. And rest here in Savasana again. Just notice the space behind your thighs, soft belly, the place of the breath, and just notice the thing about doing less. Maybe you used to do more. Or maybe you're just feeling, I'm doing exactly the right amount right now. And just trust that. Doesn't matter. How it measures up. And then bend your knees. Roll onto your side. And come up to your hands. And knees here. Good. And here you can lean back a little bit and take one of your blankets and open your blanket out. Pretty much like this, so it's pretty wide. And place it on top of the mat. Bring your bolster now, or again, if you don't have a bolster, take a series of cushions, like two maybe next to each other, and roll a nice blanket around them. That kind of can look like a bolster. It's not the same, but it's better than nothing. And then walk forward, and you're going to move your knees probably outside of the mat. So you're getting a bit wider here. Place your pelvis or your lower belly, if you're a bit tall, onto the bolster. So your head, we don't want the head to hang after, you want the head to be comfortable. And maybe that's very tight, so if that's really tight on top of your thighs, you're going to move the knees a bit away. Otherwise, the knees are maybe not hip height, but almost as high as your hips. Hands to the side, just resting on your forearms. And breathe here. Again the cushion, again the bolster. A few times. Notice how you can invite by inhaling again the bolster, how you can invite a feeling of relax and renew in the back body. Softly inhale to really touch the back muscles from the inside. And as you exhale, imagine the back muscles are melting and softening at least quite a lot. Do that a few times. To the cushion, inhale. To the inside of the muscles on the back, and exhale, relax the back muscles. Just notice where the breath is mostly needed. What's beautiful about this pose is that it will often allow you to discover, and that's really the gift of going really slow, to discover what places in your body need attention. So maybe there's a spot in your back where you say, oh, that feels really good, and I didn't know actually I needed that in that place. Be curious, don't think it too much, simply explore with your breath. Soften your shoulders and arms. You can hear your heartbeat. Just notice this pulsation and let it resonate into the back of your heart. Turn your head the other way so you feel a bit more balanced in your neck. Gently guide your breath towards the lower back, your buttocks even, the inside, the outside of your thighs. Take 3 mindful breaths more. Maybe this is where you can bring your knees a little bit higher. You don't have to, but just explore if you had to take them down before. Just softening your mind, softening the breath into the back and the back muscles. 1 breath more. Okay, and very softly bring your palms closer, more in line with your chest. You can begin to stretch your legs so your knees can come a bit closer together. And very softly rise up onto your knees again. Walk your knees closer to the bolster and bring them out as wide as your mat, probably, or wider than your hips. Big toes together. Bring the bolster a bit closer so it's supporting your belly, and then find child's pose here. So if that's really tight for your knees and or your hips, grab a block and place it under the bolster. That's available to you. Yeah, so we're going to take 10 mindful breaths here. And I invite you to count 4 on the inhale. Pose after top of the inhale. And exhale on 4. 3, 2, 1, and pose. not holding the breath really, but inhale 4, 2, 1, pose. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let your breath be deep. Okay, 3 more on that side. As we did earlier, use your cushion to bring your awareness to the back of the body, from shoulders down to the hips. Just notice those very soft spaces in between the breaths. Observing the void, observing the space. And one more breath on that side. Good. And slowly just turn your head the other side, and we're going to take 5 breaths on that other side. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just pause, hold for a second. And exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, 4. And release, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 more. You renew as you inhale. And you relax or release as you exhale, really. Just use this cushion to literally embrace the support here. It's like really something extra we get from the cushion here. I love this pose. Just notice the nervous system responding to the support underneath. The release it brings. 2 more breaths here. Count 4. Or you can explore a little bit less or a bit more. And very, very, very softly you can begin to lift your torso slightly. Good. And close your eyes as you bring your shoulders above your hips. Just stay there for a moment and notice your back body here. So I really believe it really took me years before I take my time to go slow in the practice. So just allow yourself to really discover your back here and use this opportunity to pay attention and maybe be open to what you couldn't feel or see before in your back space. And then slowly open your eyes. Okay. So let's place the bolster to the side for a moment. And grab one of your blankets and fold it nicely so you can sit on it. So if you know you need 2 blankets to stack if you do sitting poses, do that. If you usually don't need any blanket, I would encourage you to actually take one, just to give you extra support, just because we're going especially slow today. And from here, you're going to bring your legs in front of you. And the way we do it in this pose, Sukhasana, is bringing your shins, skinubin podansk, your shins, lower legs, in front. So parallel to, I'm facing you, but I imagine your hands, your feet are, legs are parallel to the shoulder of the mat. So it's not sitting in meditation, but it's sitting more where the legs are a bit more forward. So you have kind of a triangle here, and the heels or the ankles are under the knees. And then turn your thighs in and back. And today, working really with this area where often a lot of tension is held up. And this yoga, we work, from the feet up to the head and then back down. And often here in the middle, this is where we hold on and forget to release here. So we're going to really continue to create space there. So I invite you here to spread your toes, just for now. And that's going to engage the legs and protect your ankles. So you feel your ankles are like you would stand firmly on the ground. And then walk your hands forward. If you have blocks, actually, grab your blocks and place them outside of your feet. So here, by activating the feet and pressing your hands into your blocks into your feet. So no blocks, just press your hands into your feet. Press there. And then stick your butt back, like you want to push the blanket behind you. And lean forward. You don't round your back, please. So if you stay just a little bit up, but press the feet back into the blocks or into your hands, and keep bringing, I'm going to be detailed here, but the inside of your sit bones to the ground and then back behind you. So you pushing the blanket back by turning your thighs in. Exhale, and that's gonna, as you push your feet, feel how that's probably opening the base of the pelvis, giving you a sense of literally release and renewal in your pelvis floor. Inhale and exhale. Good. Keep pushing, inner thighs back, feet out into your hands. Good. And then come back up, keep your feet like they are, and walk your hands or your blocks forward. So just on fingertips or on the blocks, if you have the blocks. That's so you have some extra height, it's also possible. And take a deep inhale. It's a little bit funny now, but you're going to stick your tongue out as you exhale. And move your butt back. Take a deep inhale. No one is watching. You're only watching me. I'm not watching you. Exhale. And that's a bit funny, but it's a Kriya practice, so-called in yoga, which is very releasing for any unseen emotions, or just take a few breaths here. You can close your eyes. Really take 3 more, so we take 6 in total. And 2 more. Keep pressing the feet out. 1 more. Good. And then come back up. Just keep your feet where they are, your legs where they are, but bring your shoulders above your hips. Crown goes up. And bring your left arm up. Bend your left arm so your left hand touches the back of your heart. And grab your elbow with your other hand, the right hand. Reach up and lean back a little bit. Now, plug your arm bone into your shoulder, head back towards your arm. Stay long on the side here. Breathe here. Okay, and keep your left elbow where it is. Move your right hand behind. Maybe grab your fingers or grab the belt or grab your clothes here, your shirt or something. It's behind you. Left shoulder back, right shoulder back. And keep pulling your elbows apart here. Keep broadening, like you're still pushing your feet into the blocks. And exhale, release. Bring now your left elbow on top of your right elbow and push gently your hands toward each other. Press your hands together, elbows up, hands away from your face, head back, like you could literally lean your head back into a head rest or into a nice high seat. And breathe here, shoulders back, pull your arm bones back and engage your arms by pushing your hands toward each other. Plug the arm bones into the shoulders and extend through your spine. Bring your chin slightly in, not completely through your throat, but slightly in, and extend through your neck. Inhale. You can close your eyes here. It's very deep stretch, connecting to the back in a bit more vivid way. And exhale. Release and just take a moment here to feel where you are, and you're going to switch. So now the other shin is in front. Okay, it doesn't matter which one that is. Just make sure you have the other one in front. Adjust your thighs, and again, bring your thumbs onto your thighs here, just to help you find this action of rotating inwards. You're going to rotate the thighs in, so you move the thumbs toward the inside. As you lean forward, and then like you push a little bit your booty back, like you want to extend back, and then find your blocks or your hands onto your feet again, and engage your feet toward the block, toward the hand, without over tensing your back. Inhale, long spine, exhale, and maybe begin to lean forward more. Long inhale, slow exhales. Keep repeating. Inhale, thighs back, and actively opening the bottom of the pelvis here. Feel free to adjust if you need to release your toes a little bit. You know, I don't want you to over tense. This is really not the pose. I mean the goal. But there's some container here that keeps you safe and on track. Okay, release, and we're going to do our funny little kriya. Again, blocks or fingertips forward. Inhale, keep pushing. You still have the blocks against your feet. Exhale, stick your tongue out, and exhale to the mouth. And do that 5 times more. Keep reaching your booty back. Inhale. And 3 more. Shameless, just take your space. And 1 more. Okay, shake your head a little bit. Inhale, come back up. Both hands to the sky. Bend your right arm. Grab your right elbow with your left arm. Then gently bring the elbow back, arm bone back, head back. Breathe here. Good. Arm to the side and bring your hand behind you. Maybe grab your fingers or grab your shirt. Left shoulder back, ribs in, and lengthen through your back, lengthen in the space between the elbows, head back. Gently close your eyes here, like you could lean your head, the big chunk of your head, the occiput, back into space. And exhale, release. Bring the right elbow on top of the left. Press your hands together and up we go. Press in, inhale. And exhale, head back. Okay, so bring gently your chin toward your throat. Elbows rise a little bit. Hands a bit away from your face. Shoulders back. Inhale. And exhale, head back. Yeah, so just breathe here. In any stretch you feel, even though it's not the most stretchy pose you know, and maybe some of you feels pretty intense, doesn't matter what other people do or whether, just be in your experience whether it's intense or not. And trust the renewal underneath. And exhale softly. Release. Okay, good. Okay, one more thing here, sitting where we are. Open, straighten your legs in front of you. Pull your buttock back. Open your left leg to the left. Press into your heel and open the right leg to the right. So you notice I've used my hands just to move the legs a bit further. Now turn your thighs in here, and I turn the thigh like we did earlier. Opposite hand on the buttock so I can pull. And I'll grab your belt, engage your legs, and grab the belt outside, like around the foot. Let's say with the left foot. So belt around the left foot. Grab into the belt like maybe you used to ride a horse, a little bit like that. Then press the foot into the belt, chest up, and then turn your belly toward the leg, and exhale, bow over. Now, keep reaching out, and reach, even though you're bending your knees a little bit. So you have a sock or something, you can place it under the knee so you stay micro bent. Then reach out, and exhale, bow over. Inhale. Exhale, twist the right side of the belly toward the left. Inhale, up. Exhale, bow over. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale. Rotate your thighs and exhale toward the left. Inhale, gently come up. Other side, so catch it. Right foot, push the foot into the belt. Inhale and twist and go over the thigh. Rotate your thigh, reach out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up and exhale over. Inhale and exhale, bow over. One more breath, reach through the belt, up into your heart, and exhale, bow over the leg. Inhale, up. And, okay, let's transition. Bring your bolster now in front of you. Legs are still spread. And depending on your size, you might want to place a block under your bolster, so it's a bit higher. And here, simply lean your forehead onto, your bolster. So you don't want to round the back too much, but some rounding is happening. Forehead onto the bolster. Make sure, if your knees feel a bit tense, make sure you put something. Can be a roll blanket, it can be a sock, it can be a roll strap. And exhale, you can simply interlace your fingers here if you can find a way to be relaxed. And exhale, release. Yeah, just turn your toes in a little bit so you're not externally rotating too much. But you can somehow just keep maybe 50% engagement in your legs. Release the forehead toward the bolster. Just feel that soft space in the middle of your head. And imagine for the next 10 breaths that you breathe from the nose into the middle of the head, just where your forehead is, behind the forehead where it is touching the cushion. And you exhale and you imagine the middle of the head is expanding, is softening. Inhale into the upper palate in the middle of the head. Exhale and soften between the eyebrow, the whole forehead, the whole skull. Releasing any worries, any spinning thoughts, any stuff that's been really coming round and round. 4 more breaths. And very softly, after the 4th breath, you can grab the bolster, lift your head. Good. And use your hands to bring your feet a bit closer. You're going to move your bolster towards the side of the blanket. So the bolster is parallel with the short end of the mat towards the edge of the blanket on the mat. What I'm going to do is to place actually my hips on the bolster and my legs in front of the bolster. So I want the legs where not on the blanket, but where the mat is not covered, so it's going to feel a bit more stable. And then from here, as you lean back, make sure the lower back is actually supported by the shape of the bolster. And I'm going to place my hands to the sides here. So an option is to bring your arms in cactus. If you have shoulder pain or maybe it doesn't feel right for you today, so bring your hands more like into Savasana style to the side. Okay? So I'm going to bring mine in Cactus Pose. And then the feet are about hip width. They're not super close to the bolster. You feel that your ankles are about under your knees. And we're going to take this supported bridge here very softly. So you want to make sure you have a natural arch behind the neck, so your neck is protected and the alignment of the neck is respected. And now we just soften the front of the head. Now we're going to soften the back of the head. So really inviting this release and possibility for renewal. Any thoughts, any literally stuff in the back of your mind, offer them to the ground and to gravity. Release any burden, any, in Sanskrit I call samskaras, like pattern, imprints from the past. Some of them are mental and keep us really acting out of integrity or with lack of care for ourselves. out of fear and different stuff. So it's not about getting aware of every patterns we have here, but really releasing in the ground the possibility that this is the case. And trusting the process. The practice helps. For sure, the practice helps transform the samskaras, the imprints from the past, so we can get freer from them. Please soften the back, the lower back here, soften the inside of your hips. Just notice the back of the head releasing, and gradually walk your feet a bit bigger and let your knees come toward each other. So maybe you find that spot where the knees, I know, maybe not touching, but they dropping toward each other, and that feels stable and comfortable. Go to that place and continue breathing toward the ground, toward your lower back. Noticing the gentle opening. In the front of the body. Three deep, slow breath where you follow the whole pace of the breath, from beginning to end. And one last. Okay, and softly we're gonna move by bringing the feet hip distance again and closer to the bolster. When you really inhale, lift your hips, move your bolster, roll your bolster towards your feet so your buttock can come onto the ground. And then roll to your side. So if you only have one bolster, so use this bolster that you have. I'm gonna use the other one I have to do what I'm gonna do now. So you're gonna place your block like so in the long end, behind where you had your head basically. just a moment ago, and then place your bolster on top of that. Okay? So it's better, if you only have one, it's best, this is a firm, real bolster. And then place your hips in front of the bolster. Place the other block in front of the first bolster or the cushion that you have that's going to support your thighs here. And then place the blanket, you roll it one or twice and place it on top of the block here. Okay, so one option here, and I don't want you to feel into it, whether it's not, maybe not working for you, but one option is to grab your strap, make a loop that's about hip distance. Oops. Oops. And then place it around your shins. So you're going to feel protected and go toward the end of the, so you feel your shins into the belt. And make sure the block and the blanket are supporting your ankles, your Achilles tendon, so the heels can hang, and it's nice to have the legs higher. So move the bolster a little bit, or the other setting you have here, so you're not pressing into your back very much, if your bolster is big. And then lean back, and we're going to take Savasana here. So release into your back body here, and now we're going to gently finish by opening the front of the chest here. Getting the legs a bit higher. Breathe into the back body, exhale, release into the back. Inhale from your belly into the back body. Exhale, release the back body towards the ground so you feel truly supported. Allow yourself to really take this pose in. Relax your face. Relax your palms, your fingers. Begin to allow also the top of your thighs to relax and to really, each time you exhale, you lean into space around and within you. So we did create some space in the hips today, particularly in the shoulders also. Exhale and imagine you kind of lean into that space and let that inner space expand beyond your body. And lean into that. Use your exhale to completely release to the support underneath you and all around you, the space around. Rest and release here. If your mind takes over, just notice, and as you exhale, release the thought, the idea of what's going on. Keep yourself leaning back. Take a few deep breaths here to really be with yourself. Before you move anything or begin to transition, let yourself really take the experience you're in right now. Take it in. Let it get imprinted like a tattoo inside your body, inside your system. And very softly you can deepen your breath, move your toes, your ankles, your fingers. Take your time. By all means, if you feel this is delicious and you want to stay there and you have time for some more time, just please do that and ignore me. Otherwise, you can slowly walk your feet closer to your bolster and come out of your belt if you have it. And very softly and cautiously just roll onto your side so you come down off the bolster. Take a moment on your side here to really notice what you're taking with you. And may this sense of slowing down stay with you, stay with each of them, one of us. And without really tensing anywhere, let yourself come back up. And sit quietly just for a moment. Place one hand on your chest, one on your belly. Feel like you could have two nice, friendly, warm hands on the same spot but on the back. And breathe and experience yourself in between your hands and those two imaginary hands on your back. Inhaling, renewal. Exhale and release. Place your palms together. Stay present with yourself, just with this bigger sense maybe of acceptance of the moment. And this moment too. And this moment too. When we stay in the moment, when we release the old moments, renewal just becomes natural and evident. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, bow your hand to your own heart and just bow really. You're bowing to this wise self, sweet presence, loving presence inside of you, which is just you and each of us. May our practice help us tap into that presence so we can feel renewed, we can live our lives and share our unique presence with the world. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for being with me, for practicing together, gentle, from your home. Let me know if you have any questions, any comments, and I hope to connect with you next Sunday, maybe before. Namaste.